Have you ever wondered why some search results just appear better than the others? Yes, it's because they do better SEO, but what exactly is the secret? Well, it's called schema markups. It's no secret. And in this video, we're going to go through schema markups, what are the benefits of it, and how you can add it on your Webflow website. Let's get to it. So schema markups or markups are structured data that you add to your website's HTML, and it helps search engines like Google understand and present your content clearly to users. It's those fancy looking highlighted search results in Google, the ones that you see in a sort of question and answer type of manner. So if we go, for example, here and we have Googled Webflow, we can see that there are some of these questions and answer type of thing. And if we go to this site, so we can see the schema markups here. So if we inspect here and we look at the code, we go to find and we look for schema. We can see here that there's a schema markup done on this page. As you can see, this is the way that schema markups are written. They're written in a JSON format and they're added to the website's HTML. So what schema markups does is that it optimizes your page and content for the search results and have your results appear in a question or a snippet type of manner. Think of it like that. If your website's results are clear to Google, then probably LLMs can read your website faster and more efficiently, and they probably appear higher on their search result. However, there is no proven data on this yet, but they definitely help, and schema markups definitely help boost your results in Google. There are different types of markups, and the key ones are article and organization. These are the most commonly used ones. So if we go back here to the example, so this is an article, and as you can see, the type here that is done for this markup is type article, and this is one of the most used schema markup out there. However, there are a lot more other schema markups like book action for certain use cases, breadcrumbs, something that is also common. Carousels, more data set, discussion forums, education, Q&A, events, something that is used also frequently, FAQs as well. However, there's not much data about the difference between FAQs and articles because, again, the search engines do get more in depth with this. And then you have much more local businesses. This is something that if you have a local business and you want your results to appear in such a manner, this is something that you would probably benefit from, and many other schema markups that you can check out. I'm going to leave a link to this page in the description so you guys can check out the different types of schemas that you can use. However, for this video, we're going to use the article schema, and I'm going to show you how you can set those up on your Webflow site. Before we get technical, let's learn why would you want to use schema markups on your site. Now, Google gives you some examples and some use cases about how schema markups improved some of these companies, like Rotten Tomato have gotten more unique pages, click-through rates. Food Network converted some of their pages. These companies as well did more with their schema markups added. And of course, like we saw, it's always good to have those results appear very high in the engine. So if we go back to here, we want these results to appear, and that will definitely bring us more traffic, bring us more clicks, and put us high up there in the search results. I'll leave a link to this as well in the description so you guys can see more about schema markups and the use cases. And now let's get technical and let's apply some schema markups on our Webflow website. Okay, so I have this Webflow website, and to add schema markups on my site, all I have to do is go on the page and go on the page settings and add it to the head inside the head tag right here. So for example, if I have something like this is a recipe. Actually, let's get an article. Let's see if there's an example. So this is an example of an article. I just need to copy this bit from the script to the close of the script, and this is not a JavaScript, this is a JSON markup, so we're just gonna copy this and add it. So make sure that you start with script, and then it's type application LD JSON, and then the JSON content, and then close the script, and that's basically it. That's how you add schema markups to your site. However, this is not correct because this is an example one, and we want to add our own schema markups, our own content that relates to this article right here. So let's delete this and save changes. And let's check out how we can make schema markups. Now, the first tool is the schema markup generator. This is done by technicalseo.com. So if you go to this page, you can generate schema markups. You can select the type that you want to generate, for example, article, and then you can start filling in the details here. And you can add an image, you can fill in all the details, and then you copy the code that you generated from right here. However, since we're using Webflow, and luckily the Webflow community is very active, we do have a Webflow app that can help us with this, and it's called Graphite. So Graphite is a Webflow app that helps you manage your SEO to an extent, and of course, set up your own schema markups. The good thing about Graphite is that you can set up schema markups related to your CMS content. So let's check it out. So if we go back to this project, so it's called Medica template. I'm gonna just add I think it's copy of Medica template, and I'm gonna add Graphite to this site. And now that it's authorized, I can go back to my project, I can refresh, and I can start using the Graphite app. So we launched the Graphite SEO app, and as you can see, it's a pretty cool app. It has a lot of different features like meta editor, where you can edit the meta descriptions and metadata in bulk, or in a better view where you don't have to go to each page, or the robot text builder, which is something that can help you with the sitemap. And if you want to set up certain URLs that you want to hide or not show in the search engine, this will help you. However, for now, we want to use the schema markup. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the page. So this is the page that is called blog post. And then we want this to be an article. The great thing here is that I can select from my CMS content. So this is a CMS field that is called blog post featured image. And as you can see, it's going to parse it with the correct tag for that image. So let's set this up and see how this will play out. So the description will be excerpt, and then here we'll have the title. The author will not have an author. We don't need a published date for now, and that's basically it. Or actually, let's add a date, and then we'll connect it to the CMS. So let's copy this. So as soon as you click here, it copies automatically. We'll go back to our page settings, and then we scroll down. In the head tag, we're gonna paste this. Now, as you can see, it copied, or it linked to the CMS. So this is linking to my featured image. This is linking to my blog post excerpt, and this is linking to the title. Here, I'm going to link it to the date. So if I'm going to add date, let's say the published date. And now I have a simple schema markup that can work for my article. Let's save this. And first, before we publish, I'm going to show you how you can test your schema markups. So first, I'm going to test this page. Now, it doesn't have any markups. So I'm going to copy the link and go to Schema Markup Validator. So again, I'm going to leave a link to this in the description. Here, you can add your URL and run a test of your page. And you can see I have no items detected on this page. So this page doesn't have any schema markups. Now, if I go back and publish with the new markups that we just added, and we're gonna test this again. So now if we go back, we refresh, you can see it started showing some data, and it's showing me that I have some markups, and I have this property not recognized by schema for object type article. So we can either adjust the date, because I think it's not reading the date correctly, or remove this altogether. However, this is why we do these tests, so that we can know if there is something wrong with our markups and if we need to adjust something further. So at Noco, we help tech companies build their schema markups on their website. We help them with identifying what needs to be schema markupped and what doesn't. We will help you with the strategy and what comes next. Of course, this is something that needs to be set up in advance. It's something that needs to be set up upon your content strategy and how you want to portray yourself in the digital world. If you're liking this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned on what's coming next. We're going to make a lot of videos on how to improve your Webflow website, how to make the best out of your digital presence, and how you can stand out between your competitors. Stay tuned for the next one. See you then.